Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online challenge. We're back again with Eldrazi Ramp on the play for Game 1. Ideally, we're looking for what? I guess Malevolent Rumble, Kozilek's Command. Also, Karn would be good. So in Mycospawn. A lot of good hits here off the top, I'd say. Opponent's taking a look at their opening hand. See if they keep. I'm trying to think what else we want to see. At the very least, Null Drifter can draw us into some cards. So overall, we're in a good spot, I think. Reveal Devourer, trigger. I will grab... See, Karn on 2 could be good. It also just as easily could be kind of meh. But we'll go for it. Imprint, Devourer, cast, Talisman, pass. And pass. Nice thing is Sanctum of Ugin can also find us a card if we need. Temple Garden, Shock 4. Elish Norn, fascinating. Okay. Was not expecting that. Well, in that case, Breeding Pool, Shock. And Null Drifter, Evoke. Oof. Glad that we did that, because we're not exactly going to be the best of draws. Flagstone and White Orchid Phantom. Fascinating. Forest and pass. Temple, Talisman, and pass. And pass. What in the world am I playing against? White Orchid main is a bit unusual to begin with. The March as well. Hex Drinker? What? Okay. Interesting. Command. So 2, 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, we could go KGC. KGC minus wouldn't do too much. KGC plus, at least we could have a blocker. Or the Hex Drinker. Kind of tempted to go KGC, but I think we instead just hold up the command. Protection. I want to see the entirety of it. God dang it, do I really have to look this up in Scryfall? So, let's see. Scryfall. Hex Drinker. Protections from instants, and then protection from everything. So it might actually be wise for me to exile that right now. Probably. Because I don't think I can really deal with it otherwise. I think actually it might be right for me to scry draw. I'm just kind of thinking about that. No, not exile, for God's sake. And scry draw. Did I seriously click the wrong mode again? Exile. There we go, for God's sake. Okay, Hex Drinker needs to go bye-bye because I physically can't deal with that otherwise. So, Soin Mycospawn, top. Sprawl bottom, Temple bottom, Temple bottom, return top and draw, and pass. And pass. weird. So like Abzan blink? Relic's fine. I'll exile. I think it actually might be worth exiling Null Drifter in case they do have Emperor Bones. Attack for 2. Draw. Sanctum of Ugin. Kick a Sowing Mycospawn. So 4, 5, 6. And I suppose we can get rid of the Flagstone. Yeah, let's get rid of Flagstone. That way they can't ramp. We'll pick up another Temple, and opponent scoops it up. So I'm going to say this is some version of Blink. Still really confused about that Hex Drinker. Consign to Memory seemed to perform well last time I tested it. So we cut 2 Karn. Consign Dismember. Cut a Ghost Quarter. This looks right. And run it back. On the draw for game 2. Let's see. Command would be good. Green source. So between those two, we have 13 hits. We can keep this. And pass. Snow-covered forest. What the fresh hell am I playing against? I genuinely cannot figure out what we're playing against right now. Pass. Hold up the ability to respond. If they want a white orchid, the lab, it's fine. Eroding Catacombs, fetch. Godless Shrine, shock. White orchid, Ketramos. Yes, that will resolve. Draw. Temple. Probably better to play the Temple than another lab. Actually, no, we can go another lab. And then imprint the Emrakul and pass. So 2 cards are technically in exile. We can reduce that down to 0. Two White Orchid Phantom ETB trigger targets. Emrakul, return to hand. That will be destroyed. I'll get a green source for it. So forest. Burning Cat and pass. Draw. I will play Eldrazi Temple and cast Malevolent Rumble. That's less than ideal. 2, 4, 5, 6. So yes, this is okay. Thankfully we can clear board. Or at least, yeah, I can clear board next turn. Verdant Cat, fetch. If they have a relic, that would be a problem, but if not, then we're okay. 4. Bright Glass Gearhulk. Yeah. Weird. Grabbing relic and then something else, I imagine. Sprawl. Relic Needle. Okay. Thankfully they can't crack relic. Yes. That is fine. Uh-huh. Choose Rumble. Ketra trigger. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll clear board. But actually, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, we'll be short, unfortunately. I'll take the 2. Draw. So yes, again, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'll be short. So I will play Forest. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, yes. Play Forest. Cast Devourer of Destiny. This will clear board in its entirety. Exile Ketra. And clear board. And pass. And pass. There's Relic. Clear. Cat. Fetch. Down to 11. Elish Norn. Yes. 2, 4. So I could 6 kick the Forest, reducing 2 mana. I could also... No, I actually can't do that. Yeah, I think we just kick her. Get rid of the Sprawl. Grab a Temple. Could grab a Sanctum of Ugin. That's also a thought. Sanctum of Ugin to try and grab a Devourer. Sanctum of Ugin. Windswept Teeth. And pass. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Another Bright Glass. Yes. Triggers twice. Sprawl Relic. And... Surprised I don't see an Urza Saga, because that can grab Urza Saga. Relic Sprawl. Sure. Shouty Backstreet, Surveil. Sure. And go to end step. Fetch with Windswept Heath. For a Breeding Pool tapped, because Enter the Battlefield triggers don't cause abilities to trigger. So yeah, I guess Breeding Pool tapped since Hedge Maze won't do anything. No. Alright. Temple. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I think I just go Null Drifter then. Cast Drifter. 5, 6, 7. I guess we could have grabbed... Yeah, maybe I should have grabbed a red source. But we'll draw 2. And then fetch for Devourer of Destiny. I can go Sprawl on green for red. And then pass. Hold up the blade to respond in case we need to World Break. There's Ketra, sure. We can exile Ketra instead, I suppose. One, yep, Relic. 2, 3, Relic target me, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Arbor Elf. Yeah, that's fine. Flash Portico. Trigger. I mean, I think you just lose. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. So I can just clear the board. Yeah, I mean, I could fully clear their board. Do I need to do that this turn, though? I'm not sure. Because, like, just by playing Devourer gets rid of their Ketra. Four, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we can... Oh, whoops. Forgot about that. Oh, I'll Diagonal Drifter first. You don't have reach, so moot point there. That's right, it's an ETB trigger, so it will not trigger, which is actually fine. Alright, so yes. 4, 5, 6, 7. And then exile the Ketra. And then pass, hold up the K return. Utopia Sprawl, sure. Utopia Sprawl, sure. I mean, now you can generate 6 mana with Arbor Elf, okay. Yep, that's also okay. White Orchid Phantom targets. Second target. I'll just float, give you the World Breaker. Yes. For a forest. No. Kozilek's return? Arbor Elf, yes. And pass. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're short on the Emrakul. Another White Orchid Phantom. Yeah, that's fine. No. And no. Relic. Relic clear. Okay. Yes. Phase change. I'll take 4. Not sure why you do that, because now I think you're just dead. Stomping Ground. Unfortunately, I can't produce colorless. Well, I guess you're not dead. Just hold back the Sowing Myco spawn? Yes. Annihilator 1. Block, block, block. Yes. Stomping Grounds, tapped, and pass. And pass. So again, unless you have reach, you lose. No reason for me not to block here, but also I don't think there's a way for you to deal me 9 damage. So I'm gonna just take it. Pithy Needle? Yeah. Name KGC? Okay. Vindicate. I see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, if I attack all out, you're forced to then block both Devourers. I could just hold back the Myco spawn as a potential blocker, but again, I'm not sure you can deal me 9 damage. So I think it's right just to attack the Myco spawn as well. Yep. Down to 1, so you now need 2 more blockers not to lose. Yep, down to 5. Lethal damage is on board. Okay, Bright Glass. Yes, I'll just let you go. I can't do anything about it. So 2 Arbor Elves, a Relic. Did you mess up? You did. And draw. I will cast Malevolent Rumble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll grab the Eldrazi Temple. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I can simply cause command, exile a creature, and we win. So exile. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, we can exile Elish Norn. You know the last 2 cards in hand, so we have no fear whatsoever. Done. Go to combat. And that should be lethal damage. What a weird blink list. I like it, in theory. I think Bright Glass has some potential, though I do think that any deck that runs Bright Glass really should be playing Urza's Saga as well, because it does specify search your library for up to 2 artifact, creature, and or enchantment cards, which does include Urza's Saga. So I think that's a missed opportunity not to be playing Saga. I think there's a deck somewhere with Bright Glass in Modern. I'm not sure this is it, though. That said, we'll be back for round 2. Alright, and we're back for round 2 on the draw for game 1. I mean, this is 4 mana on 2. So Myco Spawn's a hit, Command's a hit, Rumble's a hit. Yeah, we can keep. Opponent's down to 5 cards. And we also have 2 draws on top of which. And the 4 cards. Either they're a combo deck or they're desperate, and I'm not sure which. Well, I will just pass the turn. Not much else to do. No lands. Frightening. ETB trigger. Cast Talisman. And pass. Do you have a force? Imagine they force this with 4 cards in hand. Oh, just scoops. Okay. Well, we have no idea what we're up against. Quite literally zero, not even the color of mana that they are in. So I don't think I do anything, right? Without having any relevant information. Yeah, I think we just run it back. I got nothing, so we'll have to wait and see. Tonight's challenge is only 6 rounds. That's good to know. We'll definitely keep this hand. Keep. We'll reveal the Devourer. Go Forest, Sprawl, Temple, Rumble. Looking for another Soul Land. Again, opponent goes down to 6. They keep the 6. We'll reveal Devour and pass. Polluted Delta. Pass. Devourer trigger for... I think we go K command. Forest. Sprawl. For... red or blue? If this is Oculus, I feel like we might want blue, but red might be okay too. We'll go red. Pass. Polluted Delta fetch. Shadowy Backstreet. Okay, so it is not. Looks like this is Blink. Okay. Relic. Fellmire tapped. Fellmire is odd, so starting to feel like this might be Necro. Yeah, starting to feel like this might be Necro. I think we just go Temple, pass, hold up, command. Yeah, I think that's correct. So yeah, my thought is that this is Necro. Swamp. Necro. Yep. End step, trigger, Necro. Resolves. And before moving to cleanup, I'm going to scry draw. Bottom draw. The relic makes this Emrakul less than ideal. We draw one anyways. Relic target me, yep. And pass. Misty Rainforest, fetch. For a forest. Worldbreaker. And Worldbreaker will exile Necro. And pass. And pass. Swamp for Shieldred. Fell Profane. That's fine. I will exile the Rainforest. And draw. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 6. Windswept Teeth. Fetch. For forest. Mycospawn kicked. I'll kick the Shadowy Backstreet. That way I can't cast Ketra. I will play Ugin's Lab, imprint Emrakul, and cast Talisman. And pass. And pass. Shadowy Backstreet resolves. Othian to Grave. And be a Thoughtseize. Could be thinking about just cracking the relic, but I think that is going to be a Necro. Necro will resolve. How far do you want to dig? You theoretically go 14 deep. It's going to go 7 deep. Going to discard. What do you exile? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Another Necro. Yes, that is fine. Windswept Tooth. No 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, I guess we could still go 10. So 9 to 8. Relic. Oh, not Relic, Rumble. Yeah, I mean, I'm tempted to do so. We just go Temple. Play Temple. This way, if they have a Shieldred, we can exile that with Devourer. Goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, so we return Worldbreaker. Sacrifice a Forest. Cast Worldbreaker. Goodbye, Necro. And attack of Soin Mycospawn. Lethal is now on board. And pass. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One short of Emrakul. Is this a Ketra? Black for Thoughtseize. To grab Devourer. The thing is, if you do this, this means I can cast Emrakul next turn if you don't activate Relic. So this is kind of just okay if you have Ketra. Yeah. Takes Devourer, plays Ketra. Ketramos. Yep. So now, Relic, Exile Lab. Trigger Ketra. You did not want to do that, actually. That was a mistake. Bog. So, oh. Well, in that case. Let's see. 4, 6, 7, 8. And opponent scoops it up. Nope. Just MTGO lagging a bit. Here's Emrakul. So you'd be forced to block. No, so we don't even need to do that, do we? If we attack, you'll gain 4, lose 3. So wouldn't be worth it. So let's go to our turn, Comrade. Opponent scoop. Opponent scoops. Orange Chant. So I mean, we'll activate Relic, target self. That's 1. Then we can exile Relic. That's 2, 3. That'll draw me 3 cards. Within those 3 cards, I'm willing to bet that we could make it work. With that said, we'll be back for round 3. Alright, and we're back for round 3 on the draw for game 1. I will keep this hand and pass. This might be Mill, which makes me big sad. It's Mill. Oh god. Not again. Ugin Lab. Imprint Emrakul. Play Talisman of Impulse and pass. So it is Mill. I knew that because we played against them yesterday. They were my Mill opponent. So we're going to try and cast this Emrakul because that's really going to be what wins me the game, I think. 5 card types in Yard. Null Drifter. We could go Sowing Mycospawn, but I think we just go Temple and probably stop on Upkeep. Yes, stop on Upkeep. I think I can do this in response now. X equals 3. And pass. And now we hope that they don't have... I guess we should have maybe held... Oh my god, seriously? 7 types. Down to 35. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we can return Emrakul to hand. So 6. What we can do here is kind of interesting, actually, because I can play my Verdant Catacombs, and we'll know whether or not they have Archive Trap when we're controlling their turn. So I'll go Verdant Catacombs, and then pass to our turn, Comrade. 2 Fractured and Tasha's. No lands. Each opponent draws a card. So we can fetch a Verdant Catacomb. And I think grab Hedge Maze. Trigger, resolve. Karn the Great Creator might be worth it. Yes, I'll keep that on top, though actually what will likely happen is I'll get milled. I might not get, well, probably will get milled. Go to combat, draw Misty. Don't want to play Misty. Go to combat. This is mill 3, mill 3. It doesn't matter. Whenever you control each opponent, target player. So we can attack with Ruin Crab. Go to blocks, block the Ruin Crab. And what we can do then is Misty Rainforest, Ruin Crab targets self. Misty Rainforest fetch. They do have sewers, so we could set up their next draw to be not great. Tasha's is opponent, if I'm not mistaken, and Fractured Sanity is also opponent. I could return a land to hand. Is that relevant? Like, we could sewers, surveil trigger, look at top, see if we need to mill it. Otherwise, we can just leave it as is and fail to find, which I think might be right. Fractured Sanity is going to be 4 each. Or not 4, but 14. Though they can't actually cast it. They can cast the Tashas and that's it. So I think we do just pass at this point. Oh, of course they find the polluted delta. Ruin Crab. Polluted delta. Fetch. Hedron Crab. 27. Mill. We haven't seen a K command enter yard yet somehow. Fractured Sanity. Okay, there's the K Dialectic command return. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn, we're one short. Okay, we don't actually... Okay, so... Yes, we are one short. That is fine. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Is controlling their turn again worth it, though? I'm not certain that it is. Like, we have the big body on board. I think it might just be right to Null Drifter. Oh, the problem is Fractured Sanity kills us. Shoot. So we need to find a way to stop them from playing Fractured Sanity, which is triple blue. And the only way that I know of doing that would be sowing Mycospawn. Because we know they have Tasha's and Fractured. Tasha's may not kill us, but Fractured will, so we actually do have to cast Sowing Mycospawn. So Forest, Sowing Mycospawn kicked. 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we need to hope that they just don't draw into a blue source. Because if they do, we lose. No, it doesn't matter. They can just freaking... Oh, no. Yeah, they just win, right? It doesn't matter. Because they can just bounce this to hand. 1, 2, bounce, play. And not mentioned they got the Flooded Strand, so it doesn't matter. Damn. And then Fractured Sanity. Seriously. Yep. So I feel like I'd love some feedback in the comments on this one, because I feel like a while ago I was in a similar situation with Emrakul. My opponent had 2 Fractured Sanities, and I cycle the Fractured Sanities. That way it lessens the potential impact, instead of milling 28, we're milling just 8. But it does draw my opponent 2 cards. Is that correct, or was it right to hope that they didn't draw into a third blue source? But I guess they still had the third blue source anyways, because they could just bounce the land to hand. I don't know. That's rough. That's a rough one. It's just a rough matchup in general. So we'll go to side. We want efficient ways to kill the crabs. So Dismember seems right. Consign's interesting, but I don't think it would be beneficial. So maybe just cut, oh no, cut a Ghost Quarter and run it back. Yeah. Well, we got the early Emrakul. This double Fractured Sanity. I'll be on play for game 2. Yeah, we can keep it. We're looking for a soul land off the top. Ideally a lab. No lab, but we do find the temple, so I'll grab the temple. And we now hope they don't somehow mill us on one. I don't think they can. So forest, sprawl, red. I guess we could have gone blue since we have the talisman, but... And pass. Either play, what is it? Ruin Crab? No. Okay. So let's go Impulse. And ideally, we're trying to resolve Karn. Play Temple. Play Talisman. And pass. And pass. We have 5 mana for Eldrazi, 4 otherwise. Opponent's passing. We have 7 mana. We could just play Devourer as an early threat. But I think we attempt to resolve Karn. There's a force. Pitching a Consign. We'd like to see that. They could have just played the Consign. Why use the force? That's confusing to me. Huh. Unless they have something they can cast here? No. Yeah, I don't fully understand that play. Field of Ruin. Archive Trap. Incoming. Maddening Cacophony. 4 types. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Soul Land. Dismember. I think we simply need to get a body on board. And pass. See if you have a Consign for the body. You do not. So we now have 6. And if we get to 7 types in Yard, then we will be able to cast Emrakul. Opponent passes. You still have Dismember. Jesus, 2 fields. Field. That is a forced. I guess I should hold up. There's the Archive Trap. So we need 8 types now. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Emrakul is in Yard. So we need a land for Emrakul. Rumble. Jesus. Not exactly the best thing to find there. What type are we missing in Yard right now? Planeswalker. Oh, that's funny. Because they exiled the Karn. Yeah, I think we just hold. We're at 25. With a Delta. Fractured Sanity, 14 down to 11. Wait, they still haven't hit a Karn? No. That's so unfortunate. I need a land. That's rough. Okay. Draw. Okay, there's the land. Let's go to attacks first. Down to 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pass. See if you have a Consign. Include a Delta fetch for an island. The problem is the additional draw might genuinely hurt me, but them doing that now means that even if they Consign, they need to win, otherwise I have lethal on board. Interesting. I think they're thinking about that too, where if they don't have anything in hand, the second draw actually might be good for them, as strange as that sounds. Like, they're dead on board regardless. Okay, 1 card in hand, 10 cards in library. Consign will resolve. And it comes down to their last 2 cards in hand. Pass to you, opponent. I got nothing. Okay, last card in hand. No shot. Are we okay? Did we somehow get out of there? Jesus. Alright, we got a game 3. Let's see if we can make it work. So they are playing Consign. Man. Yeah, I think we still just keep it as is. Yeah, okay, run it back. I knew that they were in this challenge, and I was hoping the hell that we would dodge them. On the draw, I can keep. Pass. A crab. Not ideal. Draw. Wooded Foothills. We can play Wooded Foothills next turn, because we're going to fetch with the Myco Spawn. We might as well fetch. So we're going to Ugin Lab, Imprint Null Drifter, play Talisman of Impulse, and pass. We'll then fetch the Wooded Foothills, cast Utopia Sprawl, and cast Myco Spawn. That's going to be 6. Breeding Pool. I will have to fetch one way or another, so Wooded Foothills, fetch. An Archive Trap's an Archive Trap. Forest, so that way it can't get hit by field. Impulse for blue. Cast a Sowing Myco Spawn because we need a threat on board at some point. And Cavernous Souls would allow us to ensure that the body sticks on board. So I do think we go Cavernous Souls. Name Eldrazi. Because even when they destroy this, actually we'll be at 4 or 6. Maybe we should have grabbed the Temple in retrospect. Okay, here's Myco Spawn. There's the Archive Trap. We knew that was likely coming. It didn't really matter when. Yeah. Unfortunately, 2 forests are in yard, so they do Field of Ruin here. We're in a bit of trouble. Okay. We can clear board now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 9. We're in trouble, there's no doubt about it. But we can clear board. Even better. So we will first go to attacks. No blocks, down to 17. 2, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll play the Eldrazi Temple. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This unfortunately does mean we'll likely lose the Null Drifter. Multiple K returns. I'll exile the Crab. K return number 1, yes. K return number 2, no. We'll pass the turn. 21 cards left in library. Field of Ruin is a sinkhole. Opponent's passing. Another Devourer. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'd have to give up a land regardless. I think Worldbreaker is worth it to reduce resources on board. Worth it enough to give up the Null Drifter, which will only dig us deeper into our own grave. I'm going to return Worldbreaker to hand. Sacrificing the Ugin, actually. No, I'll do our temple. I think that is. Oh, but I can't. Okay, so I'll have to do it like this. Sacrifice the Eldrazi temple. Bring back Worldbreaker. Even if they were to exile it to Surgical Extraction, we can then play the Devourer. I just want to keep him off of triple blue for Fractured Sanity. Green, so that's 3, 5, 7. Cast. So the body's going to resolve no matter what. They can consign the trigger, however. Multiple triggers on the stack will exile the Undercity Sewers. Do you have a consign? If so, that's one of your last 2 cards in hand. But no matter what, we're going to put you to 11. And then we'll have lethal on board. There's the consign. Kozilek's Return will not trigger. We'll then go to combat. Misty Rainforest of a Sewers. I think an Archive Trap kills us, right? No, 13, so we're not dead yet. Boy. They keep it on top. That's scary. Okay, lethal's on board. So unless they have, even if they have a blocker because of Devour in hand, we will win. But if they mill 20, we lose. To 12. I don't think they can, oh my god. We got there. That was a close one. I'm glad that we did pick the Cavern of Souls with the Myco spawn. Because, yeah, having the bodies on board, perfect. All right, well, we'll be back for round 4. All right, we're back for round 4 on the play for game 1. The hand's a bit mid. At the same time, it wouldn't be bad against something like Energy, especially beyond the play. I'll keep it. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but I think we can make it work. I think we go Windswept Teeth, Hedge Maze, top, and then we'll go from there. Opponent's Tinkin. Alright, draw, Windswept Teeth, and pass. We'll put a pause on end step to see what they're playing. If it is Energy, I'll probably go for Stomping Grounds tapped. Flooded Strand. Could be Energy. But passing. Okay. We'll fetch for Hedge Maze. Trigger. Talisman to grave. And draw. Second rumble. Let's go Breeding Pool Shock. Do we want to go Rumble or Talisman? Let's go Rumble. Does Rumble resolve? Rumble does resolve. I'll grab the Temple. And hold up the ability to respond. What are we thinking about him? Fletchman Fetch. For a Sacred Foundry, Shock, Galvanic Discharge? Why? March. This might be... whatchamacallit. Ruby Storm. Plains. White. Double white. A Johnny. Okay, so it is energy. In that case, I'm kind of happy with this hand. We'll go Wooded Foothills. Fetch. Fetch Shock. Stomping Grounds. Shock. And return. And pass. And pass. Shock to 15 for Flage. Pyro. Okay. Pitching. Double Flage. Yikes. Command. Command will work for what we're looking for. So we can command X equals 3. We can also play Talisman, which would be X equals 2. Let's see here. Tempted also Rumble. At the very least, I want X equals 2. Rumble would allow me to potentially set up for another land, and we can sweep next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4 would be X2. Flage would be out, so yes, I will Rumble. There's Ghost Quarter, Emrakul. I'm going to grab Emrakul. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So yes, I'm going to grab Emrakul. And cast command. Actually, you would need a land. They would need... Okay, they need one more card in yard, so we can hold now with command in hand. Yes. Yeah, they need one more card. So we can just hold. And then we can sweep board next turn regardless. Going to combat. I think we block the season Pyro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do want to mitigate damage here. Go to blocks. Block Seasoned Pyro. And in response, command X equals 2. 1 Titan, 2 Titan, done. And done. Hold up the blade to respond. Take 2 down to 12. Another Flage. Ranger, Captain of Eos, that's fine. Unless you can interact with these spawns, the game is likely over. Ragavan. Windswept Heath. Fetch. Sacred Foundry. Shock. And Discharge. Okay, I mean, you know I have the Emrakul in hand. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, okay. Not sure if maybe opponent's just not accounting for the Emrakul or what. So I will cast Emrakul. Actually, before I do, cancel. I'm going to cast Talisman of Impulse. And there's a reason behind this. Just want to make sure I can do this correctly. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 1, 2, yes. So Talisman of Curiosity. This way we can play around them having a static prison, and we can static prison my own Talisman. I'm going to imprint the World Breaker. So now static prison, if they have it in hand, is not as much of an out as they might think it is. No, I only need 7. Oh, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Triggers. I'll clear the board and put on scoops. Win for game 1. Let's move the sideboard. Dismember and K return in. Cut 2 KGC. And run it back like that. Alright, well, a solid start. Glad we kept that hand. It was a bit slow, not gonna lie, but it did work out. Imagine they bring in Molten Rain, so we do need to play around that, of course. On the draw for game 2. Gemstone Caverns, solid. How do we exile, I guess, is the question. So we play the Gemstone. I think we probably exile the Hedge Maze. Yes. And pass. Draw. Lab. Lab. Imprint Drifter. Cast Talisman. Cast Malevolent Rumble. Find Sowing Mycospawn. was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. K return in yard. And actually not pass, we need to hold the ability to respond. Because they could Galvanic Discharge. Hold the ability to respond. Elegant Parlor tapped. If they don't interact with the spawn, it's a turn 2 kicked Myco spawn. Whenever someone asks me, wait, should we actually be running Gemstone Caverns? The answer is always, yes. Why wouldn't you? It is fantastic. Hold up the ability to respond. Plains. For a Johnny. White Orchid Phantom. Opponent's rethinking. Static Prison targets. You should target the Talisman. Okay, good job. Yes, that resolves. Draw. K return. Could just hold that. I'm a little bit fearful of a Molten Rain next turn. So we have 2, 3, 4. This will be 5. So I will go Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. I will cast Soin Megaspawn, not kicked. If they do Molten Rain the Null Drifter, that would suck a bit. I will admit that, though. Soin Mycospawn. I will grab the Eldrazi Temple, because if we do have that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we'll still be short on the Drifter. But I will grab the Temple. And then pass. We have another return in hand, which is good. As well as a way to get a red source if they were to destroy the Gemstone Cavern. Alright, let's see the Molten Rain. That I'm feeling like that's why you're delaying me. Because you knew if you played Johnny, I would just sinkhole a land. I mean, even if you are going for the Molten Rain here, I'm kind of okay with that. I feel like it's a pretty slow start for energy. Double red. Flage? It's either Flage or Molten Rain. There's the Molten Rain as expected. Yep, that is fine. Not ideal, but fine. Talisman of Curiosity. I'll play the Talisman. Play Verdant Catacombs. And go to combat. So now we need to top deck something, but we do have this return to interact with the board. Hold out the ability to respond. Static Prison, tick down. Energy to 0. So we might get our Talisman back soon. White, red, red. Seasoned Pyro. There goes Flage. Not thrilled by that prospect. So in an ideal world, we want to find another Soin Mycospawn off top. I think that would be ideal. Either that, Bajugapog, Malevolent Rumble, Command. We have blue. Let's grab Stomping Grounds tapped. And pass, and draw, Dismember. Painful, but a way to deal with Flage. We can deal with it. Flage will hit Mycospawn, so we'll just attack with Mycospawn here. If they want to double block, then that's fine. That's 3 damage at me regardless. Thankfully we can reduce the pain of this member with Gemstone. So we can sweep the board and make it so that Flage also dies. Just hoping they play on main phase 1. We'll see. They might in effort to kill the spawn. Oh, they definitely will now. They definitely will now. So here's Flage. Let's see if they ETB trigger the spawn. That'd be the best case scenario. Nine, 11, 14, Flage, ETB triggers. Targeting the Mycospawn. Well, that's just rude. What did the Mycospawn do to you? Yes. Mycospawn down. And go to combat. And we are going to cast Kozilek's Return. Followed by Dismember. Black, 1, 2. And pass. Draw. Emrakul. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2 off. We'll pass. A soul land off the top would be ideal. And pass. 1, 2. Bombardment. Do you have the Johnny to pair with it? Plains. 2 cards left in hand. 2. The Johnny. Do you have the Johnny? So ping me for 1 down to 14. Flip a Johnny, tick, and put me down to 13. No reason not to, unless you want to deal some more damage next turn, but no. Yeah, you should just flip a Johnny now. Yep, down to 14, down to 13. Well, soul land off the top would be ideal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 mana Ice spell also would be fine. Devour would be peak, as that would be able to exile the Johnny and clear the board with one of our 2 returns. Static Prison puts us down to 6, so now we do need something else. Malevolent Rumble, Command, Mycospawn, all good hits. There's the Mycospawn. I will kick. So 6, 10. Even if I were to get a soul land, we'd still be 1 off. Unfortunately. So I will kick the Arena of Glory. And I think we do grab a Bojuka Bog. Yes, Bojuka Bog. Bojuka Bog, target you, get rid of Flage. So now we're back to 7, 11. And we'll need a soul land off the top. They could kill Sowing Mycospawn by 0 Johnny, sack, or 0 Johnny, hit Mycospawn, sack, hit me for 2. That's an option. There's Pride. So they can hit me for 2. Actually, no, they can hit me for 2 regardless now without sacking. So we really do want this Emrakul. The messed up part is I'm probably going to draw into just a land if I had to bet. You have so many 7 mana value spells though. 7 mana value spell? Another Mycospawn. Yeesh. Well, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the good news is this. If I get another turn, I think we win. Get rid of the Sacred Foundry. The problem is I'm going to take 2, 4, 5. 5 plus 4. Yeah, it's gonna be dicey. Alright. Static Prison. Do we survive this turn? If we do, we might be able to win. Johnny could just plus. It would result in me taking 4 damage. Yeah, so you hit Johnny hit Mycospawn. No, hit me down to 7. 7 and then 3. Oh, I just lose. Yes. Because even if they were to attack right now, I have to block the Cat Warrior token. Yep, okay. We just lose. Variance was not in my favor, unfortunately. Damn. Okay. So that is a loss for game 2. We'll be back for game 3. Damn. We were always just shy of the Emrakul. Alright. Let's sideboard for game 3. I think we just keep it all the same, so we'll just send it back. Run it back. Yeah, if only they hadn't hit my Mycospawn, we would have been in a better position. Damn. They would have had to deal with at least one more body before being able to start hitting face. And I think that one turn would have given us the time. Unfortunate. I don't imagine they'll change all too much with what they sideboarded. This is round what out of 6? 4 out of 6. Realistically speaking, at this point, we can probably lose 1 and it's fine, but I'd rather just go undefeated. So, we're here to win it. Opponent either thinking about their sideboard or just taking a quick mental break, which fair, honestly. 'Tis a lot of Magic the Gathering. I was initially trying to figure out why there were so few people in the challenge tonight. Then I realized, oh yeah, tonight's the RC in Charlotte. That would... No, wait, not even the RC in Charlotte. Today's Friday. So today is LCQs. Yeah. It's not even the main event, right? Why did I see someone mention... freaking... the feature match. Odd. Okay. Well, on the play for game 3. This hand is not keepable. Mulligan. We've been good for mulligans all day, so that's, I think, our first real mulligan. I will keep this hand. We want Lab, Drifter, Talisman, Stomping Ground, Sprawl, Mycospawn, Cut Dismember, question mark? The nice thing is, if we can do this, I might actually want to just cut the Sprawl. Like, the major upside of keeping it is that we have 7 on 3. I'll cut the turn... Well, turn 1 Ragavan's fine because we have turn 2 Mycospawn, so this is okay. Yeah, we have a blocker. We're good. Lab. Imprint. Cast. And pass. We'll Sprawl for blue, since that is the one we're missing. Arid Mesa. Fetch. Sacred Foundry for Ragavan. Okay. Draw. Stomping Grounds. shock. Sprawl for blue. I think we pass here. Pass with command in hand. We'll exile the Ragavan and ramp. The combat. Let's exile the Ragavan. Ragavan down. No turn, 2 Molten Rain for you. Alright, let's go second main. Second main. Two, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. We need a land if we want to go Mega Spawn into Null Drifter. Opponent's tanking. Elegant Parlor tapped. Surveil trigger. So we're guaranteed a kicked Myco Spawn here. Keeps it on top. And Guide of Souls. Guide of Souls will resolve. Draw. Okay, there's the land we were looking for. So kicked Myco Spawn. 2, 4, 5, 6. Keeps the 2 spawns. Kick a Myco Spawn. Get rid of the Sacred Foundry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm wondering if I go with Temple or Sanctum. They would need to kill both spawns in order to be able to stop me from casting Null Drifter. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Otherwise, we can just would have to rely on the draw from Null Drifter. They would have to kill both spawns, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, they'd have to kill both spawns. So I think the Temple is safer. And then pass. And pass. And pass. Actually, not pass. Need to remember, there is a world where a Galvanic Discharge of Static Prison is used on a spawn. Pride to Yard. And opponent passes. Opponent passes. Nope, Static Prison. That'd be my guess. Wear Tear. Yes, that is fine. So Null Drifter will come out. Return to hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should probably play the Ugin's Lab. No imprint. Cast Null Drifter. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Null Drifter. Draw 2. 2 duds. Not thrilled about that, but we'll pass. And hold up the blade to respond. Null Drifter will start annihilating next turn if left unchecked. And Molten Rain. Seasoned Pyro. Seasoned Pyro is fine. Depending on what they pitch, it'll triple trigger Guide of Souls, but they're not going to want to attack for obvious reason. There's Flage Molten Rain. Okay, we need something decent off the top here. Temple isn't it. We can thin at the Wooded Foothills. Not thrilled about this prospect. Because realistically speaking, if they have another land in hand... Actually, did they miss a land drop? No, we destroyed a land, that's right. Oh, actually, did they miss a land drop? Hold on. They did discard Molten Rain. They played the Arena of Glories. They didn't miss a land drop. They could sacrifice the Seasoned Pyro in response to the trigger from Null Drifter. That'd be generally concerning, is the problem. But I don't think we can just not attack, because there's equal chance that they don't have the land. Or if they do, that it's a fetch, right? Yikes. The problem is a hasty Flage is going to be a bit much to deal with. Alright, well, I will attack the Null Drifter. Do we attack the Soin Mycospawn is the next question. Likely the Flage will attack and ping, I'd imagine. He wouldn't be blocking. Let's go to Annihilator 1. See what you sack. Imagine a token. Yep. And then blocks. Do you block of a token? No, you don't block at all. Okay. Do you have a fetch land? Jeez. So 9, 11... 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes, that's 15 damage if they ping the spawn. Actually, yeah, they have to ping the spawn 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 from the Guide of Souls. Yes. So this is quite frightening. Okay, they'll go after the Null Drifter, which makes sense. And then haste. And we knew the Mycospawn wasn't going to be doing too much here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we can play whatever we want. So we will block. Block the Pyro. Unless they spend 3 at the spawn. And they float the Flage. That is fine. So Null Drifter down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can play anything in our deck. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. We can play anything in our deck, so there's no reason for me not to block the Pyro here. Oh boy. That was what I was afraid of. Down to 7. Yeah, that Null Drifter really needs to draw into something more. Jeez. Go to end step. Fetch with the Wooded Foothill for a Hedge Maze. Best case scenario here is Rumble into Devourer, honestly. Oh, sorry, Return into Devourer. We found the Return. Now I just need a 7-mana Vice spell. Ideally, Devourer or Emrakul will do. Draw. Okay. I say it all the time, better lucky than good. Because holy hell. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Better lucky than good, friends. Better lucky than good. And clear. Resolve. Breeding pool tapped. And pass. Okay, here we are. We're still not out of the woods yet, unfortunately. They still have 4 cards in hand. And it can do plenty of damage if we draw into nothing. We have a lot of good hits out the top, though. Static Prison. Ocelot Pride resolves. A Johnny. That does make things complicated. Okay, what do we want off the top here? I mean, Emrakul will work. Command, return, rumble. I'll take a drifter. Okay, I will cast 1, 2. Should probably stick with colorless, but leave 2 colorless. 2, 3. I should probably just play the temple. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Draw 2. There's the return. I will wait. No, I want to attack. So if we do this now, they flip a Johnny, that's fine. Because then we attack a Johnny. Okay. And this is lethal damage on board now. Did we get there? Down to 7. If opponent fetches, Devourer alone will win me the game. But I imagine if they Static Prison, then of course they're going to hit Devourer. Fetch. Sacred Foundry. Tapped. Passing. Okay. I mean, if you Bolt Flage me, I die. But that's the only way I see losing this. Actually, no, there is a couple ways with that Arena of Glory. If they haste 2 creatures. I'm trying to think which ones. And we got there. Holy hell. That was a close one. That was a close one. I knew, like, I was like, okay, the best case scenario here, return on top. I know I said Rumble because I was thinking about Rumble as well. Return on top into Devourer. Wild. All right, well, that said, we'll be back for round 5. All right, and we're back for round 5 on the play for game 1. Take a look at our opening hand. We will keep. Let's take a look and see what we find with Devourer. Ideally, we're looking for a soul land. Otherwise, we'll take a Rumble. And if not that, a Null Drifter. I'll take the Myco Spawn. In that case, probably want to go Stomping Grounds tapped. Yes. And pass. And pass. Sewer. So this looks like it's Oculus and or Murktide. Spell Snare. So this Cavernous Souls will be very good. Temple and pass. Hold up the ability to cast command. They'll likely be probably hold for a frog. Island and passing. Utopia Sprawl. Well, I think we go Cavernous Souls. We go Cavernous Souls, Mycospawn. Mycospawn resolves and sets us up for Devourer next turn. So Eldrazi. And cast Sowing Mycospawn. Now the only thing that would truly blow me out of the water here would be a Harbinger. Consider their options. And we will go with Eldrazi Temple. And pass. In instance of a Harbinger, we will cycle the command. Consider again. Psychic Frog into Yard, so that's 4. They could theoretically play Murktide, but it will get hit by Devourer. Yep, so Murktide's an option now. Swamp. Fatal Push will resolve. Froge will resolve. Null Drifter. I'll play Wooded Foothills. I will fetch with Wooded Foothills. I'm going to grab a Forest. And I'm going to attempt to resolve Sprawl. If they force this, then we know that we're probably in the clear for command. So, Forest. I'm going to say red. And then cast Devourer. So, 4, 5, 6, 7. Psychic Frog down. And pass. Let's see if they have a Oculus. Another frog. Shoot the Sheriff is fine. Another command. I'll cast Null Drifter. So that's 5. And 2. Draw 2. Casting Consider. Would love to see a Bojuka Bog off the top. No Bojuka Bog, but we do see a Rumble. I'll play Sanctum and see if they counter the Rumble. Do you have a Spell Snare or Force? Spell Pierce would work too. There's the Force, pitching a counterspell. That is fine, I will pass. That does leave me open for these commands now. Thought Scour. There's the Abhorrent Oculus and a Harbinger. So this is Oculus. Pain 2 blue for a Murktide. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yes, I can attempt to exile that. Malevolent Rumble. I'm going to first attempt to resolve Rumble though. There's Spell Snare. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is fine. I'll take the 8 if worst comes to worst. So that's an Oculus. Big ol' Murktide. That's 12. I'll go down to 7. Tempted to block, actually. Yeah, I think I will block here. Watery Grave, shock. How would you shock that? Odd. Am I crazy? Maybe a misclick on their part? I'm gonna grab a forest. We are going to command Scry and exile. X equals 6. Sanctum of Ugin trigger. Yes. I'm gonna grab a Devourer of Destiny. Let's see. Mycospawn, top, and Bone's gonna scoop. Yes. Alright. To sideboard. And we'll bring in Dismember Return. And cut to KGC. Keep one in, and run it back. This hand is keepable. We will keep. And I think we exile the Sprawl. Exile Sprawl. And pass. Draw. Talisman. Lab. Imprint Breaker. Cast Curiosity. Do you have a force? The fact they're not passing tells me they probably do Rumble. I would like Emrakul. It'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but I think we go Temple instead. Try and get this breaker out ASAP. And pass. And pass. Not to mention we now have 4 types in yard for the future Emrakuls. Bolt. And passing. Draw. Dismember. So if they plan a Harbinger next turn, we're in a good spot. Attempt to resolve Talisman of Curiosity. Does Talisman resolve? Counterspell. Yep, fine with that. And Malevolent Rumble. There's another Emrakul. Actually, both Emrakuls. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Do we want Devourer or do we want Emrakul is the question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm expecting to have 7 mana next turn. We could also go Myco Spawn. I'm thinking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sucks that we would lose out on both our Emrakul's, but I do think that we go for a Sowing Myco Spawn here, or Devourer. Kind of like the idea of Sowing Myco Spawn. Go Myco Spawn and pass. We're going to hold up the Dismember. For the Harbinger that I think they have in hand. Bloodstained Mire. Fetch resolves. Swamp. And Harbinger resolves. Go to end step. Cast Dismember. Harbinger down. My turn. Null Drifter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Null Drifter might be the better play here. Alternatively, we can kick a land out. Actually, I think we do just that. I think we will kick a land out. Oh, I need to tap the gemstone for green. Because now, unless they have another Harbinger, I'm going to be able to get a gemstone cavern and ensure that this Null Drifter resolves. Kind of why I did pick up the Myco Spawn. So no double blue now. Grabbing Cavernous Souls. Naming Eldrazi. And then passing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A land would make 7, even if they were to play another Harbinger and unearth the one currently in grave. And if they don't, then we're in a good position. Consider their options. There's a consider. Keeps it on top. And then passes. Draw. Temple. So I will cast Null Drifter. 5, 6, 7. Draw 2. Fetch Polluted Delta. Do you have a Bowmaster? Or do you have a Consign for the trigger? Bowmaster is not as common, so I'd be surprised. Okay, attempt to consign. Might not realize that the Null Drifter body is uncounterable. That is fine, though. You still get the body, and honestly, that's the part that I was most wanting. And next turn we get World Breaker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, regardless of whether or not they cast a Harbinger. Misty Rain. Thought Scour resolves. There's Dothy. Misty Rainforest fetch. Do you have an Oculus? Or a Murktide? Looks like a Murktide. So a little bit unfortunate there. Murktide will resolve. I imagine it's an 8/8. Yep. So now we do need a draw off the top, ideally a Devourer. So I will return World Breaker to hand. Another Myco Spawn. So we're going to kick a Myco Spawn first here. His opponent conceding. Or is Moto lagging? Opponent concedes. I'm not sure why. I mean, yeah, they were not in a good position because we were going to kick a Myco Spawn, get rid of the swamp, pick up a Sanctum of Ugin, which I do not think is in exile or my graveyard. It is not. From there, we would then pass the turn. They could attack if they want, but it won't really matter much. And then we cast Worldbreaker, fetch Devourer, exile Murktide, and we're in a good spot. But overall, solid match. And with this win, it should lock us in for the top 8 for this challenge, regardless of whether or not we lose our next game. So that being said, we'll be back for round 6. I'll see you soon. Alright, and we're back for round 6 on the play for game 1. I mean, we have Malevolent Rumble, which is good. However, I want to say I've played against Hugo before, and I want to say they're on energy, and his hand's kind of meh on energy. I mean, yeah, we can go Verdant Catacombs, fetch for, what, Hedge Maze, Sanctum into Rumble. It's not a bad hand on the play. I'll keep it. It's not the worst. It could be far worse. Catacombs, pass, and move to end step. Let's take a look. Arid Mesa, fetch Ragavan? No. Okay. Fetch Verdant Cat for a Hedge Maze. Trigger. So Myco Spawn is nice and would be a turn 2 non-kicked, but would still be good. We'll put on top. Especially if we hit the right types with Emrakul. We'll go Sanctum of Ugin and Malevolent Rumble. Rumble, I will grab Ugin Lab. So that's 3 types in Yard. We'll pass. Hold the ability to respond in case it's relevant. Go on and fetch for an Elegant Parlor is my guess. Yes. So still could be Energy, still could be Ruby Storm. Three types in Yard, so I need 10 mana on board. Next turn we can cast Sowing Myco Spawn and the Talisman if we want. Alternatively, we could always go KGC. But if they have a threat on board, then probably not. One's thinking hard here. Starting to make me think maybe this is not Energy but Ruby Storm. I want to say I've played against Hugo before. I just cannot remember for life me what they were on. And at this point, I've stopped trying to figure it out with MTG Goldfish. I've just been burned by that way too many times. Keeps it on top. Well, we're going to hold up the ability to respond in case it's relevant. Mountain. Yeah, this tells me Ruby Storm. Shoot. I think our hand's a bit too slow, especially with that turn 2 win here. Medallion. They're going to go for it. Manamorphose. I mean, I truly have nothing here, so we're just going to pass. So this is Ruby Storm. There's Ral. They're already at 6. So I think right now they're at 5. Valakut Awakening for 4. Friends Resolve. Lose the flip. I think they can flip at any point now. And passes. Command. Well, that just about works out. So we will imprint Emrakul. I can X equals 3. The thing is, they'll still have the Ruby Medallion. We could X equals 3 and get rid of Manamorphose, Ren's Resolve, leaving me with 4 mana. I think I need to go deeper, though. We play Talisman, just go X equals 2. Might be worth it. Kind of same difference. So Talisman of Curiosity, X equals 2. And then we can KGC next turn. Yeah, I think that's our best case scenario here. Cast Command, X equals 2. We have to exile Ral no matter what. Still debating whether or not we should get rid of Ren's Resolve in there, but let's see. Next turn we will have 6. For Karn, okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Karn into Jailer will be good, so I think we do go exile, exile. Exile Ral. We'll exile 2. And we go Ren's Resolve, Valakut Awakening. Valakut Awakening is pretty expensive, though, but they will have the Ritual. This is basically trying to rob them of digging deep with a Past in Flames. Yeah. X equals 2. And pass. Next turn we go Karn into Jailer. Alright, we hope and pray now. There's Ritual. Medallion. 4 cards in hand. Bloodstained Mire. 3 cards in hand. Wish. For Past in Flames. But Past in Flames would take up the last 2 mana. So they have 1 unknown in hand. Well, actually, I guess 2 unknowns in hand. Breach would... Ooh, Breach would be able to get the Manamorphose. Yes. So Manamorphose and a Manamorphose. So we were right. So it comes down to what they draw off the Manamorphose. Ren's Resolve. There's another Manamorphose. Damn. Artist Talent. Means they can now start cycling out their hand. Are they out mana? Or are they casting? They're casting Manamorphose. But you can keep the fun going with Manamorphose. Ren's Resolve. I mean, I think they win here. Despot Ritual. Damn. Yeah, we were just shy of Karn into Jailer, and I think that would have been enough. The alternative was what? No, I don't even think trying to go Karn into Tormod's Crypt would have made sense there. We had access to 5 mana. Yeah. Unfortunate. They have 10 mana. I mean, they just keep on going. We're going to make them run it so we can see more of their deck. Wish for a Grape Shot. And cast Grape Shot for 19. Yep, you got it. All right. Someone was asking me why I don't bring in Consign for Grape Shot, because to be honest, if they cast Grape Shot, they're at the point where they could just cast it again, right? Whether that be with Past in Flames or Breach. So, like, yeah, I get rid of it once. But, like, I feel like most times that's probably not horribly relevant. Let's see. Then again, I'm trying to think of what we bring in, right? So we cut the returns. Move to sideboard. We bring in 2 jailers. I mean, we could bring in the 3 consign. I mean, consign can counter Ruby Medallion, I guess. Whereas, like, if we have Dismember, then we can deal with Ral. And I feel like Ral is really what I'm worried about more often than not. Yeah, I feel like I'd rather bring in 2 Dismember over the consign. Yeah, we'll go run it like this. Oh, we should also bring in Chalice. Right. I think a bit late on that, unfortunately. Should have brought in Chalice as well, cutting the the Gemstone Cavern. That's my bad. I'll keep. Basically, we're looking for Jailer off top. Would be good. Reveal Devourer. Trigger. Temple Talisman. I'll go with Temple. Lab. Imprint. Devourer. And pass. And pass. Alright. And draw. And Breeding Pool Shock. Malevolent Rumble. Looking for a Jailer. Karn the Great Creator. We will take Karn. And hold up the ability to respond if needed. So we can play Karn next turn. And grab, I guess, Tormod's Crypt. Fetch with Scouting Tarn, though they have the turn 2 win again. Impulse, so they're setting up. A Braid, which means Jailer here would not be as good as we like. Devourer. I will play Temple. Minus KGC. Yes. For Tormod's Crypt. Yeah, I think that is correct. Tormod's Crypt. Cast. And hold. Next turn we can grab Jailer. Remind me, can the Braid hit any target or creature specifically? Fetch with a Scouting Tarn. There's the Ruby Medallion. Desperate Ritual. So now they're going to try and go off. Basically, we're now playing around the Past in Flames. I will exile your Yard now and pass. Manamorphose. Mana neutral and draw. Wish. That's scary. Grape Shot hits Karn. Imagine it clears Karn as well as my spawn. Yes, that would make sense. I will Bajuka Bog you. Get rid of Grape Shot, Wish a Braid, and pass. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next turn we can play Devourer for what it's worth. Ren's Resolve. Another Ren's Resolve. Ritual. Resolve. Impulse. Double Medallion. Okay, that's fine. Plays a Medallion. Plays a land. Passes. Looks like they are passing. Null Drifter. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sanctum of Ugin. Evoke the Null Drifter. Hold up. So I should well, okay. So we should do this. Hold on. Temple, tap, Sanctum, tap, Null Drifter, evoke. 1, 2. I'm going to Null Drifter, resolve first, see if we draw into it. We do not. Sanctum of Ugin, fetch for our friend Soulish Jailer. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, so yeah, we're gonna go Jailer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Jailer. Grab the Soulish Jailer. Evoke trigger. Play Jailer. Play Talisman. And pass. Fetch Arid Mesa. Elegant Parlor. And pass. Sunbaked Canyon to draw. Two, 4, 5, 6, 7. Emrakul. So we can cast anything in our deck next turn. At the very least, we have this Devourer, not the best card to play here, but it is a threat to at least try and close out this game. Yeah, being able to go Null Drifter Sanctum for Jailer is actually really good for this matchup. Opponent's thinking. I mean, if they have a way to deal with Jailer, they should just use it. Maybe they're going to wait, if it's a static prison, for the turn that they are going to go off, would be the thought. Leaves it less susceptible to interaction. But will cost them a mana that turn, which I don't think is a big deal. Ritual. Wish. For what? Grape Shot's already out. Could be Empty the Warrens. Glimpse. Not sure why you do that. You can't play any... I guess you can play Ral, but you can't play anything else from exile. Ral's fine. So I'll exile Ral with Devour. The Devour just became a ton better. But they can't play Ending, Medallion, or Writ. Another Glimpse, or no, rather Glimpse Trigger. And draw, Breaker. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I will Actually. Cast Devourer. Ral down. I mean, they're by no means out of this game yet. Windswept Teeth and pass. Go to end step. On end step, fetch of Windswept Heath. Or a Hedge Maze. Hedge Maze trigger. Dismember. Yeah, be good for Ral. Put it on top. Draw. So now I will play World Breaker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cast World Breaker. World Breaker trigger, exile Ruby Medallion. Go to combat. Attack of Devourer. Hold up Dismember. And draw. Temple. No reason for me not to cast Devourer. 1, 5, 6, 7. I have to block at least one now. And lethal's on board for next turn. They're blocking both. Okay, lethal's still on board. Fetch the Wooded Foothills for another Elegant Parlor. Sacred Foundry tap just a thin. Okay. We're holding up the Dismember. I guess I should have actually kept the Bajuka Bog untapped. Reckless Impulse still won't matter. They can't play anything in exile thanks to Jailer, and we got there. Whew. Okay. Let's go to sideboard. And let's make sure that we take a look at our guide real quick because I did mess up a little bit. Yeah, we want to cut the Ghost Quarter for Chalice. Yes. So Ghost Quarter cut for Chalice of the Void. And run it back. Well, they clearly had Artifact Hate before. I imagine they'll have more Artifact Hate now. Dismember, Karn, keep, reveal, and pass. Depends on what we reveal with Devourer here. Chalice of the Void. Yes. If we can eventually get there. Right now we're not in a great spot. So I will play Chalice. The other option is to go Null Drifter. So on 3 we can... Chalice. I will go Wooded Foothills. Wooded Foothills or Temple? I think we go Wooded Foothills, and if we don't need to cast Dismember, then that's fine. Fetch with Scalding Tarn. Elegant Parlor. Alright, hold up the ability to respond. Ruby Medallion. Opponent's just going to set up for next turn. Fetch of Wooded Foothills for the Hedge Maze. Love to see Jailer on top. That's a Devourer to Graveyard. Draw. Draw. Rumble. We can play Rumble, so we'll play Temple. Play Rumble. Grab a Forest. Sprawl isn't doing much. So I'll grab a Forest. Again, going to hold up the Dismember, and if we can make it the next turn, we can Chalice on 2. Ritual resolves. Impulse resolves. Another Ritual. Resolve resolves. There's Ral. So imagine they go Ral Ritual. But they might go Ritual Ral, so that way they can respond to my Dismember. Yeah. Ritual. Cast Ral. There's Ral. Prismatic Ending. Ritual. I don't know why you would do that. You should wait till I respond. Dismember. Ral gone. They won the flip, doesn't matter though. Won the flip, doesn't matter. Sunbay Canyon, do they draw a card? Yes. 2 cards in hand. And passing. Jesus. Draw. Mycospawn. Mycospawn for Bajuka Bog is correct. Let's make sure we have Bog. We do have Bog. So we will go Sowing Mycospawn, cast. Because this leaves them with only what's within their hand. Bajuka Bog. Bajuka Bog, target you. And pass. And pass. Manamorphose. Draw a card, 3 unknowns. Passing. Thank God. Draw. 5 mana available. We could... No, we really can't do that. So... Let's go and Sprawl for... Red doesn't do much. Probably for black then. Maybe for blue? We'll go for blue. Play Cavernous Souls. Name Eldrazi. And I think we simply go 1, 2, 3, 4. X equals 2. And resolve Chalice of the Void. Attack with Sowing Mycospawn. Down to 16 and pass. Arid Mesa. Pass. Draw. Utopia Sprawl. For black. Karn. Okay, we need to tap this a specific way. Karn the Grey Creator. I want to leave up green. And opponent scoops it up. We got there. Ooh, another close one, but we got one over Ruby Storm. And with that, we have gone 6-0 for 6 rounds of the Swiss of today's challenge. We'll be back for the quarterfinals of the top 8. See you shortly. All right. And we're back for the quarterfinals of the top 8 on the play for game 1. This hand is good. I will keep. We have a good number of solid draws. I'm tempted to go Hedge Maze, potentially. Main, Ugin Lab, Tuck Drifter. Pass. We'll have the ability to respond in case it's necessary. Forest, Blade of the Blood Chief. So we need to land KGC ASAP. Draw, Talisman. I'll play Talisman of Impulse. Hedge Maze. Jukabog to Grave. And pass. And pass. So next time we have KGC. There's a Saga. And Basking Broodscale. Beseiju. Beseiju is fine. I will put into play tapped a Stomping Grounds. Yeah, that way you have red and don't have to pay for it. No. Sprawl. So we can go Forest, Utopia Sprawl. We have red, green, blue. We could go for a third color if we really want. Let's go blue in case. No, we already have that. Honestly, yeah, maybe just go for a third color for an EE potentially. Go black. KGC. KGC minus. Thinking. We could KGC minus for might or for EE. Do we go... We could go might for Saga. Yeah, might for Saga might be correct, because we can go 1, 2, and then we can return. So yeah, might for Saga. Might. Pass. There's another land. I imagine they hold for a construct. Yes. Draw Devourer. Devourer won't be doing too much here. So I will be playing Haywire Might. I'm going to sack Might, target Urza Saga now. Play the Blood Chief triggers. They'll make a construct. And no reason for me not to send it. So we will Kozilek's return. And tick up of KGC. Next turn we can Devour and clear board again. Beseiju for Glaring Flesh Rake. Pithy Needle for Karn. That is fine. And draw. I'm going to cast Null Drifter. 4, 5, 6, 7. Triggers. Going to draw first and then clear. Yes. And pass. And pass. Next turn we can kick us away Myco Spawn. Rumble. Rumble will whiff on the command and grab Broodscale Broodscale. Chooses Urza Saga. A Walking Ballista. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. 9 minus 4. So no matter what, we are kicking Myco Spawn. I think we'll grab a Sanctum of Ugin. Sanctum of Ugin. And play Talisman of Curiosity. Go to combat. Attack with Null Drifter. Annihilator trigger. Sacrificing Blade of the Blood Chief. Basking Broodscale. Activate Basking Broodscale trigger. Draw. Another Talisman. Let's see. 2, 3, 7. Leaving me with 4. Trigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, we'll grab Emrakul. Emrakul the Promised End. Cast Talisman of Curiosity. And go to combat. Attack with Null Drifter. Sacrifices Prismatic Ending. Tap for green. Make it indestructible. Sure, it still has Annihilator and it doesn't have... Yeah, I'm not sure the purpose of that. I guess to generate a spawn? Maybe. I think we have the game. Yes, we do. Opponent scoops it up. So this is Basking Broodscale combo. Win for game 1. KGC is the key to this matchup. We could also consign to memory. Consign is also relevant. Interesting thought. The question is what we cut, because return also sweeps the majority of the board. We can cut the Ghost Quarter, and we can cut some number of 7 mana value spells too if we really wanted to, and bring in Consign to memory, and even one more return if we want. But I'm tempted to split return and dismember. Do I have a sideboard guide for Basking Broodscale? I don't think so. No, not surprised. So do we split dismember and return maybe? The targeted removal might be beneficial. That way we still keep 9 7 mana value spells. We have a ton of removal and move much more into our control role. So yeah, I think we keep it like this. Consign, lab, we keep. And pass. Grove, Springleaf, pass, draw, Misty, hold up the ability to respond. Snow-covered waste. Malevolent Rumble will resolve. There's the Promised End that they run. Chooses Emrakul. Goes to end step. Fetches with Misty Rain for Hedge Maze. Trigger. Temple top might not be a bad idea. Right now they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The question is whether or not we hold the consign right now. Temple top and pass. I'm going to play lab, imprint Null Drifter. Not too worried about Emerald Core right now because we have the Bajuka Bog. But I'm going to hold up Consign for 3. There is Urza Saga. That resolves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Writhing Chrysalis. Interesting. Wasn't expecting to see you here, friend. We could consign here. Might not be a bad idea. I'll replicate. And we'll only go once. I'll replicate. Cost any number of times, so replicate once. So blue, colorless, consign, consign, trigger, target, writhing chrysalis trigger, and pass, and go to draw. Another consign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they're at 9 currently. So I think I can play Forest and hold up Consign just 2? Yeah, I think that's correct. Malevolent Rumble. There's KGC. And we'll hold up the Consign for 2. There's Saga. Ancient Stirrings resolves. Yeah, this very much is a resource war. Imagine opponent's going to want to hold up the Saga. If they don't, then we can KGC into Might and get rid of it. But I don't foresee them giving us that luxury. No, I didn't think so. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for next turn. So we either need to hold up 2 mana for Consign, or we need to Bajuka Bog. We would be able to hold up 2 mana for Consign, and for EE. Huh. I'll play Temple. Play KGC. Minus KGC. Yes. For engineered explosives. EE on 0. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now we hold. They'll make a construct. Will they make another construct or float is the question. They float. They'll likely grab a pithy needle to name Karn. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11. Ugh. Interesting. Let it resolve. If they pith engineered explosives, I'm going to say that's fine. I don't think they can ignore Karn, though. We have a blocker, too. So I think they name Karn. We're playing cautiously, just in case. Yep, there's KGC. Do you have a soul land? Because, right, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Eldrazi. Fleshraker will resolve. And go to combat. Go to blocks. Then activate engineered explosives. And pass. Fleshraker number 2. That is a problem. Draw. Temple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I will rumble. Because that'll leave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I will rumble. That is perfect. I'm going to grab a Sanctum of Ugin. And cast Devourer of Destiny. Triggers. Trigger, target. Oh, I guess I have to stack the triggers this way. Yes, I will use its ability. And pass. Wish it would tell me how many types are in their freaking yard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They need a soul land. Yikes. A rumble could also give them what they need. Oh, Jesus. I think that does get him there. Chooses Prismatic Vista. Fetches Vista. Yeah, I think that might be enough. No, it's not. Thank God. How wasn't that enough? Hold on. I thought they were at 6, but Jukabog's fine. I thought they were at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I want to say they had the Emrakul and didn't do anything. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we can Bajukabog target you. Goodbye. And then for 7, hold up consign. Is this the new UW control of Modern? Probably not, friend, but GG's. GG's. Oh my word. Good stuff. What you got there? Alright. Solid 2-0 win against Basking Broodscale combo. The consigns came in clutch, so I'm glad we brought those in. With that said, we'll be back for the semifinals of today's challenge. Alright, and we're back for the semifinals of today's challenge on the play for game 1. We can keep this hand. I'll keep. This is a turn 2 Karn, or a turn 2 Mycospawn, depending on what we need in the moment. Uggin's Lab, Imprint Null Drifter, Cast Talisman, and pass. And pass. If opponent plays a threat, we'll go Mycospawn. If opponent doesn't play a threat, we'll go Karn. Wooded Foothills, pass. Ghost Quarter. Cast Karn the Great Creator. Minus Karn the Great Creator. Yes. For Liquid Metal Coating. And pass. Fetches Wooded Foothills. For an Elegant Parlor. Is this Storm? And do they have the turn 2 win? It is Storm. Ooh boy. Please do not have the turn 2 win. I'll cry. Scouting Tarn. Fetch. Mountain. Medallion, pass. So we are going to go Temple. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes. So I'm going to go kick a Mycospawn. We're going to grab an Uggin's Lab. I'll exile the Elegant Parlor so they're out white in case they play main board Prismatic Ending. Uggin's Labyrinth. Imprint Worldbreaker. Minus KGC. For Soulless Jailer. Cast Soulless Jailer. And pass. And pass. So they can only play out of their hand at this point. And they're down a land. Plays Wooded Foothills. Fetch. For a mountain. Resolve. Does nothing. Resolve does nothing. I don't know why they would do that. Cavern of Souls. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll play Cavern of Souls. Name Eldrazi. I'm going to return Worldbreaker to hand. I'm going to cast Worldbreaker. Worldbreaker, exile Ruby Medallion, and we'll go to combat. And pass. Oh, did I forget to plus on card? I did. Whoops. That actually might come back to bite me. We'll find out. Hopefully it doesn't, but we'll see in a moment. Scouting Tarn fetch for an Elegant Parlor. Wish. Wish resolves. How many mountains do we think they play? What was that? Mine collapse? Wild. I will play, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play Hedge Maze. Moto. Hedge Maze. Force to Grave. Cast Liquid Metal Coating. Liquid Metal Coating, target mountain. Plus KGC on mountain. Cast Talisman of Curiosity. Go to combat. Attack with all. And go to their upkeep. Or rather, their draw. Draw. Ghost Quarter, their mountain. And pass. They do have another mountain. And we got there. Okay. Let's go to sideboard. And again, we're bringing in Soulish Jailer, Dismember, remove some sideboard, cut the return, and Chalice of the Void. Cutting Ghost Quarter, and run it back. Okay. Let's see if we can get there one more time. Telling you, Jailer feels really good. Much better than Brain. Though I will be honest, I guess they didn't have the Mind Collapse main that was wished. All right. This hand is interesting. If we find a 7 mana value spell off the top, this is the Chalice on 2, so we keep. So we have 11 hits off top. Roughly a, what, 20% chance? So we'll keep. And pass. They go into 6 cards, and they keep. So as long as we avoid a turn 2 win, we should be okay. Breeding Pool. Shock. Utopia Sprawl. It's good to have another color regardless. Black would be good for Dismember, because we don't have red in the way of return, so yeah, black. And pass. I guess maybe we still should have went blue. Alright, we really need to see a 7 mana value spell off the top. Kind of where we're at right now. And pass. I was thinking to hope that they don't just have a turn 2 win. fetch. Let's see if this is set up. Mountain. And a ritual would spell bad news. Oh no, they're gonna go for the turn 2 win. Medallion. Row, okay. So just some extensive setup. Okay, so we have this member. So I will play Talisman. I will play Eldrazi Temple. I'll play Talisman. And then we'll dismember Ral. And pass. Next turn we have Chalice of the Void and Bajuka Bog. Rin's Resolve finds another Ral and a Manamorphose. So they can go Manamorphose, draw Ral. Yep. Plays Wooded Foothills that they drew. Fetches Wooded Foothills for Elegant Parlor. So this tells me they're setting up instead of going for it. Puts Ritual into Grave. They need impulse draws, basically. That's what I'm hearing, at least. It's possible they might leave Ral in exile, which would be to our benefit, because then we can Chalice on 2. They know they should be able to play it through a Soulless Jailer. Let's see. They play the Ral regardless. I don't foresee them impulse drawing. They ritual. Oh, Jesus. They lose the flip. What's this last card? Okay, well, we're going to Kozilek's command. X equals 2. Done. Then I'm going to play Chalice of the Void. For 2. Done. Bajuka Bog you to exile your yard. So no more Past in Flame. And pass. Cast Static Prison to hit Chalice. Chalice is now offline. That was probably the best form of removal they could have had. Another round. Jesus Christ. Draw. We'll play the Caverns and pass. Not much else we can do. We're both top decking. They can sacrifice Static Prison. There's no reason not to. Unless they have something on 0. Ugh, that was the worst thing they could have drawn. Impulse draw. Probably plays Artist Talent. The Past in Flames isn't worth it right now. So just plays Artist Talent. Yep, and then passes. Attacks me for 1? Yeah. Alright, I need something off the top here. Draw. Null Drifter is good. Now the question is 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will cast the Null Drifter. And hope we draw into... No, nothing of use there, unfortunate. I'll play 1, 2. If I had just gone 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 now. Right, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. In that case, we'll play a forest and pass and hope they just don't win. And pass. They can impulse draw, but that'd be the only thing they do for the turn. I guess they will be able to cycle the Artist Talent. Yep. Well, they pitch with the Impulse. They do pitch an Artist Talent to draw a card. A Ritual as well. You gotta be joking me. That way it resolves before the Past in Flames. This is gonna be an issue. So they have 3. They can Impulse draw for 1. Artist Talent won't do anything. What do they Impulse draw is the question. If they hit more Impulse draws, we're screwed. Shoot. Impulse draws and a draw of Manamorphose? That's not good. So they've cast 1, 2, 3 for Ral. They need to hit 6 at a minimum. And the Manamorphose will allow them to draw as well. Yikes. And they can, once again, Ritual, which will allow them to Past in Flames. Yeah? No, they'll be short just a bit. They draw into a Desperate Ritual. You gotta be joking me. So now they're just trying to flip Ral. I mean, we can't do anything at this point. That Static Prison absolutely just hosed us. I just need them to lose every single flip from now on. Yeah, because they can Ritual up to 6, and then Past in Flames again. They'll flip Ral. Another Ritual on top, which, I mean, I think they just win here. I'm going to force them to go through it on the off chance we somehow don't lose, but I don't see that happening. I know, Butter, I agree. Okay, so they have the Wish. And at this point, if they simply Grape Shot me for 8, and then Past in Flames, they win. That's all they need to do. Unless they brought in their only Grape Shot in from the side, which is a possibility. But I think they have enough Impulse draws where it doesn't frickin' matter. Yeah. Because they just pretty much play everything, then they Past in Flames again. That should be enough to draw their entire deck. Yup. Nothing but lands. So it has to be in the bottom 18, basically. They'll Past in Flames now. And probably the first thing they should play is the Manamorphose to draw a card. That way they can cycle with Artist Talent if they choose. Yep. So they'll draw. Generate 2. I mean, at this point, as long as they hit the Grape Shot, they win. Looks like that was a Manamorphose off. The Manamorphose. Ritual, now they can cycle. Cycles the Glimpse. There's no way that they don't just win here. Wish. Okay, Grape Shot. Okay. I'm not sure why they didn't go for the Grape Shot sooner, though. I'm a little bit confused by that one. And once again, this is an example of why I don't really like Consign into Grape Shot, because they would have just, again, found a way to get Grape Shot back. Unless they're just only on one Past in Flames, which I think would be kind of insane. But I imagine they have another Wish for Breach. So, yeah. I just think that Consign into Grape Shot just, unfortunately, is not that great. Alright. Well, that's lost for game 2. Let's see what we can do for game 3. We can bring the Ghost Quarter back in, cutting the Gemstone Cavern for 1. Maybe there's an argument to be made about cutting like 2 Devourer for 2 Consign, maybe? I could see that argument, I suppose. Oh, we have 2 Consign, 2 Dismember, 2 Jailer. I don't know, though. Maybe? It doesn't hurt, necessarily, but does reduce the number of 7-mana value spells. I think we just keep it as is. Maybe someone can convince me to bring in Consign. I just think that it does not seem great when oftentimes by the time they cast Grape Shot, they can just recur it through other means. So that's why I'm not really high on Consign into Grape Shot. This hand does nothing. We'd be solely relying on draws. What would we even want to draw into? We'd want to draw into Soulless Jailer. As long as we get a turn 3, we'd want to draw into Malevolent Rumble. Into, like, not even Consign, would we? Not Consign, Command. I guess Chalice. Chalice Jailer. Turn 3, Karn's not great. So it really is Chalice Jailer Rumble, which that's 3/7 hits. I've played against worse odds, but I feel like we have better 6 and 5 hands. We're gonna mulligan. Devourer finding a lab would be ideal. Otherwise, even a turn 2 Jailer. So lab, talisman, or lab, temple, Jailer, Rumble. I think we should keep this one, pitch the Emrakul. Done, reveal, trigger. Yikes. I really want none of those. Like, the Karn's not bad, but the Karn's coming in late, so I think we say no to all. And play the Wooded Foothill, fetch for the Hedge Maze. Fetch. For a Hedge Maze. Trigger. Bog. To yard. Draw. Sprawl. Boy. We might still want to go Heath to Thin. So Heath to Thin for a forest. Talisman of Curiosity for Sprawl. Sprawl on black. We need another colorless source to even play the command. So what top decks are we looking for here? Temple, Lab. Talisman is okay. So Temple, Lab, Talisman. Jailer, Rumble. I mean, we have a ton of hits off the top as long as we don't lose on 2. So the question of the day is the setup, or do they have the win? Okay, setup. Draw. Hot garbage is what that is. Shoot. We have so many hits off the top. That was Temple Lab was 8. Rumble was another 4 to 12. Jailer was 12 to 14. Chalice to 15. Another talisman, 3 talismans would put that, what did I say, 15 to 18? Jesus. We'll play the Misty and pass and hope we just don't lose on the spot. Frick. That's so unfortunate. Hell, now I'd even take the dang Karn. Artist Talent. Manamorphose. +2. Mind Collapse. So Jailer wouldn't have cut it. Chalice would have, though. 2. Manamorphose. Yeah, Artist Talent's so good in this freaking deck. Static Prison. Okay. Well, then looks like... I don't think in that case anything we could have done would have mattered, short of being able to kill the Ral. So, yeah, another color source would have been ideal. Damn. Impulse Draw. Yeah, I think that's had all the answers. Impulse Draw. Hits the Grape Shot. Another Manamorphose. Jesus. And at this point, they have to know we don't have removal, right? So I think we just press 0. I don't think there's anything... I think at this point they realize we have nothing. Because if we did, we would have targeted the Ral. So we'll just press 0 and pray they fizzle, but I don't foresee it happening. Impulse. I think I'm looking for a Past in Flames. One to flip. They'll flip this time. Chooses not to. Why not? That should have been 6, but maybe they want to keep Ral on board. Like I said, I don't think it matters. They cycle the Tarn. Lost the flip to 16. I mean, they might just freaking kill me from hand with this Grape Shot at this rate. There's no way they fizzle here. Grape Shot to try and flip. Though they may have gone desperate. I need this flip not to resolve. They won, so they flip Ral. Yep. Grape Shot. So I mean, if I had Consign instead of this Devourer, which is what I would cut for Consign, would that have mattered? I guess we let the Grape Shot resolve and then we counter the Ral trigger. No, it's an activated ability, so never mind. Yeah, so I don't think it matters. Yeah, like I said, I really don't like Consign into Ruby Storm. I don't think it's good. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Unfortunately, I do think we lose here. Like I said, we had 18 hits off the top to try and interact. Between seeing the Mind Collapse and the Static Prison, that would suggest to me that the only thing that we really could have hit would have been a color source for the command, which would have been 11. 11 hits off the top, which was roughly 25% chance of happening. At this point, all they need is a Past in Flames, which they discarded Past in Flames. Why did they discard Past in Flames? All they need to do is just play the Past in Flames. Okay, Ritual. They have another Ritual. And that should be enough for Past in Flames into Grape Shot. Yeah, and see here if we had Consign and we can sign the Grape Shot, Storm Trigger. They still have the rituals and the Past in Flames to recap. What is happening? Isn't Grape Shot in Yard? Am I dumb? No, Grape Shot's in Yard. Why are we faffing about at this point? You have lethal damage. Even if I had a consign to memory to consign the Storm Trigger, it wouldn't have mattered. What is happening here? They're out of mana? Hold up. Am I dumb? Are they? What's happening? You think? Opponent just responds, well, I messed that up. Yeah. Yeah, you did. All you had to do was to cast... What? I don't understand. I'll fetch the Misty Rain down to 7. For a Breeding Pool tapped. This is why you don't concede. Please, for the love of God. It doesn't matter, though, because we're dead. Once again, how many hits did I say we had off top? At this point, we extend that even further, because opponent just put their entire deck in the graveyard. So now we have Temple, Lab, Malevolent Rumble, Karn. Like, our entirety, we could have drawn the entirety of our deck, and we could have won, and we got nothing. Okay, actually, no, Mycospawn wouldn't have cut it because Bojuka Bog's Engrave. But still, there's one Karn in exile, sure. I mean, unfortunately, opponent messed up. They handed us the win on the silver platter, and we still couldn't do anything with it. You've got to be joking me. So yeah, what could we have hit there? Temple, Lab, that's 8. Karn, that's 10. Jailer makes 12. Okay? So Jailer to 12. Hell, a Talisman at that point would have taken. So 12 to 13. Chalice would make 14. What else? We still haven't accounted for Ghost Quarter or Gemstone for 15. Yeah, I mean, we quite literally could have hit like 15, 16 cards and won. Oh, it sucks when you lose the variance. I mean, okay, to be fair, we shouldn't have even gotten that far. Realistically speaking, right? Like there's no way we should have even got an additional turn. We were dead regardless. I mean, we lost the variance last turn too. We just lost to it twice, making it that much more punishing. Opponent, stop. I know, actually, you're not faffing about this time. Store count 6. Just cast the Grape Shot. Please, I beg of you, put me out of my misery. What are you doing? No, actually, just cast the Grape Shot. Thank God. I was trying to think, like, are they once again, they're playing around a consign that we don't have. And even if they had the consign, they could have wished for a Underworld Breach, and it would have been a moot point. I guess no, it would have been a flashback. So actually it would have been relevant. So the Orange Chant was a good heads up play. I'll admit that was smart. That's heartbreaking. That is a heartbreaking way to lose when we have so many outs off the top. Well, it is what it is. Sometimes win some, sometimes lose some. Bit unfortunate though with our opponent offering us a second turn for free and just us not being able to make use of it. Damn. Because yeah, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so many potential hits. I mean, just getting rid of the Grape Shot out of Yard and the Past in Flames and the Wishes, I think, would have closed out the game. Unfortunate, but sometimes win some, sometimes lose some. With that being said, that there will be the end of today's video. We did end today. What is that? 6-1? 7-1? Let's see. 7-1. So, I mean, I'll take my wins. I really can't complain, all things considered. We 6-0'd into semifinals, lost in the semifinal round to Variance. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Deck performed really well. Really happy with it. I think the only thing that I'm kind of tempted to change might be the Hedge Maze back to a commercial district. I find myself so often wanting to fetch for that Hedge Maze or for a Surveil land, but wanting a red source more than a blue source. So I'm not entirely sure that we'll keep Hedge Maze as Hedge Maze and maybe go back to commercial. I think that's the one major thing I'd like to maybe switch up. Other than that, deck feels solid. Really happy with results today. With that said, as always, if you guys did enjoy today's video, please do consider hitting the like button. Comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or just some general feedback. It is always appreciated. For as much as I hope that you all learn from me in both my successes and my failures, I hope to learn from you all as well. And last but not least, if you have reached this point in the video and aren't already, please do consider subscribing. We're getting closer and closer to our next goal of 1,000 subscribers so we can start monetizing these videos. With that being said, folks, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!